Hey YouTube, it's MrLuBuFu here, and I've kind of been procrastinating on this video for a while because I've been moving into college and getting all my stuff taken care of. But enough procrastination. Let's get on with it. This is my EDH deck, and it is Oona, Queen of the Fae. It's foily. I'm sorry, I had to. This is the only card I've ever bought because it's foily. I'm actually going to put a link up to the side of John Luke 07 2000's Oona Queen of the Fae deck, so you can check out the differences and see how we take different approaches to this. I definitely take the more combo control aspect, and I kind of take it over the top. So let's go ahead and start looking through the cards. I mean, general we already know is Oona, so let's go through lands. Yes, I don't have all of them, but this deck's not completely done because I'm still missing some Vampiric Tutors, but it's still a good one. It's solid. Anyway, we've got Vivid Creek, Floodplain, Dreadship Reef, Duskmantle House of Shadow, Dimir Aqueduct, Bad River, Shelldock Isle, Drowned Catacomb, Crypt of Agadim, Dark Slick Shores, Reflecting Pool, Rupture Spire, Creeping Tar Pit, Seat of the Synod, Jawar Isle Refuge, Secluded Glen, Strip Mine, River of Tears, Coral Atoll, Bajuka Bog, Reliquary Tower, Mystifying Maze, and then I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swamps, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 islands. That's pretty much the land base. Kind of have to focus a little bit more on the islands because I run a lot more counter spells. Anyway, for Planeswalkers, yes, I play Sorin Markov. If people where I play, it's not super picky, but if they say take him out, I will, because he's just insane, EDH. Liliana Neves, essentially, I play Liliana Neves and -2 right away, because it's just another tutor. And that's basically what this deck needs. It's just, you need to be able to play your combos and be able to control whatever's going on the board. Tezzeret, again, same thing. It's essentially you play him in -X, though I have done the +1 before with all the mana producing artifacts. Then I run both Jace Beleren and Jace Memory Adept because I don't have Jace TMS. And essentially when these show up, it's more for the card draw than the mill. Sometimes Jace Memory Adept's useful with the mill. I have done it before. It's just based on the board setup, and I enjoy it. But if I get TMS, that's certainly going to come in as well. So artifacts, we've got both Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots. The creatures that I play are kind of big, so I kind of want to protect them. Then we've got some ramp in the form of Gilded Lotus, Everflowing Chalice, Soul Ring, and then just other solid artifacts that you have are Brittle Effigy, Phyrexian Metamorph, because it's a much more useful clone. Keening Stone is one of the win conditions just because it's so strong. It can get you can get kills in 4 or 5 turns. And then I have both Mana Vault and Basalt Monolith, and you'll see why I run those two, because those are in a specific combo. Then we have Mind Crank, again, also part of a combo. And then we've got Steel Hellkite, which is just an absolute beast. 5/5 Flying Dragon. I can wipe the boards, just absolutely solid. Then this is kind of an obscure one, but we've got Helm of Obedience. So this is again part of another combo I run. I want to say it's 6 or 8. Anyway, so enchantments, we've got Power Artifact. This is a very obscure one. You'll see why I run this. This is very, very strong. Bloodchief Ascension. Again, this is another part of the combo, or one of the combos I have. Leyline of the Void as well, just more graveyard hate. And then I also have Forced Fruition. This is kind of the one card I'm always iffy about. I haven't been able to play it yet, because it is very strong if you're milling. But sorry for the yawn. I don't know whether or not I want them to actually have that card advantage. Bitter Blossom's just so very strong if you can get it early in the game, because you just don't have to worry about blockers ever. Leyline of Anticipation, the ability to have everything as though it has flash is huge in this kind of control deck because of all the counter spells that I run. Then I run Diabolic Tutor because I'm missing some of the other ones. Demonic Tutor, which is signed. Okay. Again, all the tutors you need for this deck are extremely useful. Then we've got Ponder. These are sorceries, by the way. Then I run Life's Finale, Black Sun Zenith. Zenith. They're both acceptable pronunciations. And then I'm also looking for Damnation. Just board wipers, or board sweepers, keep it clean. And I have Profane Command, just because it's solid in both the late and the early game, and there are infinite mana combos, so being able to just make target player lose X life is solid. It's just they lose. Then other sources I run are Rite of Replication, part of another combo. And now let's go into the creatures. So I just run mostly big stupid creatures that are immediate threats. So we've got Geth, Lord of the Vault. Again, since this kind of has a semi-mill strategy, the whole point is not to fully mill them. You can if you get there, but if you put things in the graveyard, you can abuse it. And with Geth, you abuse it really, really quick. Echo Mage, because the ability to if you're able to get them protected from them with Swiftfoot Boots or Lightning Greaves, the ability to have, if you can copy any instant or sorcery spell you play, it's really good. Tutors and whatnot. I run Dread as my don't mill me sort of thing, and it's just a big stupid 6/6. I like it. Then I run Sewer Nemesis because in 1v1 this is just insane if you can get it early on, because it's equal to the number of power and toughness equal to the number of cards in that graveyard, and whenever they cast a spell it mills them one. So with some of the other small milly stuff, this thing you get big really quick. I run Dimir Infiltrator, not for anything except for the Transmute, because I found that converted mana cost 2 is one of the very, very strong ones, or one of the useful ones in this deck. 2 and 4 are a huge mana. Are when you want to be playing the solid spells. Then I run both Treasure and Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage normally to grab a Soul Ring or Mana Vault. Treasure Mage to grab Hellkite or Keening Stone. And there's Draining Welk, and this is where we start hinting at all the counter spells that I play. It's just a solid thing to have late in the game. Mortivore is absolutely insane in multiplayer to have it be like, so I've had it like a 26/26 regenerate. Like, it's really, really good. Another big stupid guy is Rexiel the Risen Deep. Again, since you're putting cards in the graveyard, he can get good really quick. Consecrated Sphinx, if this thing sticks and is not killed right away, you essentially win the game. The card advantage is too strong. Teferi, I mean, there's really not much else to say. The ability, it's like Leyline of Anticipation for your creatures, and they can't play spells at instant speed, so it's solid. Nezumi Grave Robber, because I needed a little bit of graveyard hate, just to make sure that those graveyard decks aren't happy with me putting cards there. Avatar of Woe, because most of the time there are 10 and more creatures in all graveyards, so a 6/5 Fear tap, destroy target creature for 2 black is just great. Fleshbag Marauder, again, keep the board a little bit emptier. Same with Shriekmaw. Worst case, it's a Doomblade and it's foily. And Halimar Excavator is kind of the more obscure one. It's part of another combo. I'm going to go over those in a sec. Instance, we've got Doomblade, just solid. Capsize, because if you get it late in the game, just the ability to just return a permanent to its hand over and over and over again is just broken. Clutch of the Undercity, I play it not for its unsummon ability, but again for its transmute, because it's converted mana cost 4. And then we've got Dissipate, another counterspell, Cryptic Command, counterspell, Hinder, counterspell, 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 Spell Crumple's a counterspell. Same with Stoic Rebuttal. This one's a little bit iffy, but I can always use more counterspells. And then I've got Jace's Ingenuity, just for card draw. Visions of Beyond again. It generally draws 3. Brainstorm to help filter. Evacuation is blue's equivalent to Wrath of God. And then we've got Blue Sun Zenith to abuse some of the combos. And at worst, you draw cards. At best, they draw all of their cards. Anyway, so let's go over some of the combos that are set up. So the first one right here is Leyline of the Void with Helm of Obedience. So Helm of Obedience has all of this beautiful text that it says, put the top card of target opponent's library into his or her graveyard. Continue doing this until you put X cards or a creature card in that graveyard. So the way this artifact works, it is constantly checking if it reached the graveyard. If it doesn't, you keep doing it. And Leyline of the Void, if it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, it exiles it. So this is the possibility of the turn 2 kill, where it's turn 1, Leyline of the Void's in play. You play it when the game starts. Then it's land Mana Vault, and then you play land Helm of Obedience, and then tap it for 1 that you have floating from the Mana Vault, and then they just exile their entire library. I have not pulled it off in turn 2 because it's in Magical Christmas Land, but it's possible. Next combo we've got is the only one that's legitimate in Standard. We've got Mind Crank and Bloodchief Ascension. So Bloodchief Ascension, after they lose 2 or more life in 3 times, if a card goes from anywhere, they lose 2 life, and you gain 2 life. And then Mind Crank is it whenever they lose life, they put cards from their deck into their graveyard, which means that you gain life and they lose life, which means they mill more cards, and so on and so on and so forth. This is again another solid combination. You can see 2 converted mana costs. If you look here at the last combo I went over, both Helm of Obedience and Leyline of the Void are 4. So you'll see 2 and 4 is useful. Then we've got Halimar Excavator with Rite of Replication. This one's a little bit complex to try and explain, but I'll try my best. So this is whenever Halimar Excavator or another ally enters the battlefield, it mills them X. So the first time you play him, it mills him 1, because where X is the number of allies. So it mills them 1 with the initial Halimar Excavator. Rite of Replication puts 5 of the tokens that are copies of this creature at the same time. So if you play this, right, then you have 5 allies entering the battlefield. Each one of those 5 sees the other 5 that are either on the battlefield or entering the battlefield, and then each one of those, I'm trying to think of what's the last one, and then the 5 that enter the battlefield see itself with the other ones. If you really are confused, look it up. Essentially what it is this combo mills 125. That's the way it works out. So that's another solid combo. It's just 2 cards, and you can see converted mana cost 4 and converted mana cost 2. Again, that's what we want it. Last one is my favorite combo because it's all old cards. It is the either Basalt Monolith or Mana Vault Power Artifact combo. And I'm also looking for Grim Monolith because that's the other one that this works with. Essentially, Power Artifact reduces the activation cost of an artifact by 2 colorless. Okay, and then Basalt Monolith works is you tap it for 3 colorless and untap for 3 colorless. So what you do is you tap it for 3 colorless, put Power Artifact, and then untap it for 1 colorless. And you do it again and again and again and again and again. Say with Mana Vault, tap for 3 colorless, untap for 2 colorless, tap for 3, untap for 2, and then you've got infinite mana that you can abuse with either Hellkite or Profane Command, or preferably Oona, since she's an X spell, and it's the most reliable one you've got. Anyway, so that's my deck. Feel free to leave any comments, beliefs, insults if you really want to. But this deck's a lot of fun to play for me, and this is my first actual EDH deck. So I did it all by myself. Yay, I'm a big boy. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and peace.